Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, please may we get to know your name, your company, and your destination at the company?
Sure. My name is Dr. Om Gautam. I work for WaterAid in UK. I'm the senior waste manager. I lead WaterAid hygiene behavior change program. I am from WaterAid UK International Program Department in UK. So I'm here in Lagos region for 5 days to support our country programs on technical training on hygiene behavior change and to facilitate the creative process to design the hygiene behavior change intervention package.
Oh, great. Could you briefly explain the purpose of this training workshop, an overview of its entire process, and what it intends to achieve at the end?
The purpose of this workshop is to really deepen the understanding of our partners, our staff, and government colleagues on how important hygiene behavior change and how fundamental it is to achieve the multiple development agenda. It is also important to understand what is working and what is not working on hygiene behavior change before we actually design the proof of concept intervention package that will change the people's behavior. It is also important to understand what underpins hygiene behavior change. It is also important to understand what are the process through which we design, implement, and evaluate hygiene behavior change program. We cannot design intervention, behavior change intervention in the room. We cannot design in the table. It has to be context specific. It has to be informed by evidence. It has to with a thorough process. There are process, for example, our intervention has to be informed by evidence, conducting formative research, understanding behavioral determinants, the motivational drivers, what underpins behavior, what is holding back for people to practice behavior. All of these people need to be aware. The stakeholders that we are working with, the government counterparts, our partners, our own staffs has to be aware what are these process, what is working and what is not working, how we actually design more effective intervention that is more context specific for different target audience is important. So therefore this week, 2 days technical training is all about to build the capacity of our own staffs, stakeholders, and the government staff. Then 3 days we are applying the principle, the process, the framework, the information that we generated and gather from the field to design our intervention. So 3 days we are calling it creative process. So we are working with a multidisciplinary team who has the different skill set on art, design, script writer, product innovation to generate insight from findings from formative research and really coming up with very attractive, engaging, fun activities that will be used to change the people's behavior. And this 3 days workshop is to kind of bring the skeleton of those intervention ideas, tools, and touch points, and subsequently working another 2 months to really have a final prototype package that can be pre-tested into the exact settings where it will be implemented. And once we have those prototype proof of concept package, and it can be implemented subsequently in 2 of those areas that we want to implement, targeting 45,000 community people and around 5,000 school students. So we are very much looking forward for the proof of concept package, which we will be designing through this process and subsequently implementing it and see whether those behavior change package will be effective in changing people's behavior. If that package is effective in changing the behavior, of course, government is together, our stakeholders are together, and we'll be happy to replicate that in a wider settings. So we are quite excited. What we want to see is people changing their behavior in terms of hand washing, people regularly washing their hands, people treating water, people thoroughly cooking and reheating food, people have a toilet in the households and properly using them, and also practicing menstrual hygiene management. We want this behavior to practice, but at the same time, we know that if someone practices this behavior and it will contribute in achieving health outcomes, but primarily reduce disease like diarrhea, cholera, typhoid. We know that if disease are reduced and it will improve health, but at the same time, hygiene is not only disease, it also brings that happiness, It also ensures dignity among peoples. So we are thrilled that if this package works, we will go beyond health, will also bring non-health benefits to the people, and subsequently is making the entire nation healthy, thriving, and also more effective, and also kind of gaining that economic benefits to the people.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, ma'am. May we get to know your name and your designation at this event?
Okay, so my name is Namba Michael. I am the project manager for WaterAid Kimberley Clark project implemented in Lagos here, in Ikorodu North and Ajodu LCDs.
And what's the purpose of this particular event? What does it come by?
Okay, so WaterAid done, we do not work on assumption. Whatever implementation that WaterAid wants to carry out, it works with data, it goes scientific. Scientific in the sense that if there's an intervention we want to do, like the Kimberley Clark WaterAid project, we want to target women in PHC, we want to target community members and school. We will, for WaterAid, we'll go around those community and the schools to confirm exactly what is happening currently in the community in terms of sanitation and hygiene. We do not assume that people are either washing, for example, washing their hands or not washing their hands or practicing the right domains of hygiene. We don't assume. We go to those communities, interview people, and get the percentage of people that are doing the hygiene promotion or behavior that we're looking for, so that we know exactly where to take it up from. So we've done baseline survey in these communities. We have done what we call formative research on hygiene and sanitation to ascertain the people, our target population, what exactly they are doing on hygiene and sanitation. So we are here to first of all validate the report with government partners, and secondly, to also take it up from the formative research. You saw the reports that was presented and the data that are presented. We saw what is happening in the school, percentage of children use water available, toilet usage in the community, women, and so on. So many behaviors that people are practicing. So this is what exactly we want. Now, what do we want to do with these figures that we've got? We want to sit down and create messages for this population that are practicing or not practicing. So different population with their different needs. For those who are practicing, what can we do to encourage them to keep it up? For those who are not practicing the good hygiene, what can we do to encourage them to scale up or to come up and start practicing? So this process, this workshop is called first of all, is the technical section for hygiene behavior change. We need to know what hygiene behavior change is, and the second part, which we are doing the last 3 days now, is to create, we call it creative process, to create messages, to create tools, to create activity that we will do to capture the targets and behavior change we want people to have.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
3.06.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
May we get to know your name, the organization you represent, and your designation at this event?
My name is Prince Adedin Roboban.
Okay.
I'm the CDC chairman for Ikorodu North, one of the beneficiary communities and the CDA that is benefiting from this program.
Okay. That's right. And being a person of importance at your CDA level, what makes it imperative that you were at this event?
Well, whatever you do in any community, the end user are the community themselves. So you can't bring anything to any community without the community themselves getting involved.
Okay.
So we are the one to use it.
Okay.
It's not the political office holder.
Okay.
So we are the one to maintain it. We are the one to provide the enabling environment for those things to work.
Now, what's your take home? What are those lessons you have drawn from this event?
Well, this event has provided us the possibility that it's not the write-up that work. It's actually the interfacing with the people that actually will produce the results. That is the take home from this. And when you take community, into the projects you want to do. It will allow you to understand the challenges, how the challenges can be solved. It also allow you to create a better working environment for you to actually actualize what you have in mind.
So, do you think the implementation of this in Ikorodu North will be sustainable?
Very, very well. There is no project in the Ikorodu North handed over to the community that are not working. And there's no project handed over by any organizations that are not working. I can assure you that. Because they want it. It's a settlement with highly educated people who are coming from Lagos, who have tasted a better life, who are also creating a better life into the environment they have. So I can assure you we are going to sustain it.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. May I get to know your name, the name of your organization, and what you represent at this occasion?
Yes, my name is Adenigba Henry Lorotini. I am the Executive Director, Humanity Family Foundation for Peace and Development. I also represent NUSAN. NUSAN is the Society of Water and Sanitation Organizations in Nigeria, working on water and sanitation.
Right. And what pertaining to this project, this particular workshop, what are your roles? Very briefly here.
Yeah, we are a WaterAid partner. This is a civil society organization partner in this particular project. So while they are implementing, we are the one actually carrying out the implementation in the communities.
Oh, that's great.
Ikorodu North Local Government and Ojodu CDs of Lagos State.
Okay. And what's your takeaway from this event? What have you learned? What went down? What have you learned, or whatever?
Yes, what I have actually learned is that we are making this a pebble, this particular project, a pebble dropped in steel pond, which will form some little ripples around itself initially, that widens out until it occupies the total surface of the steel pond. So it's just the pilot, and we hope that Lagos State will take it up from there and then make sure that every local government and LCDs in Lagos State is behaviors and have hygiene behavior change in all that they are doing, so that Lagos will be more glorious than it is now.
That's right. Thank you very much. Yeah, good afternoon, brother. Yes, please, may we get to know your name, the name of your organization, and your designation at the organization.
I am Wahid Tade,
Right?
and I work with the Center for Citizens with Disabilities.
Okay.
I am the Content Management Officer of the organization.
Okay. That's right. Why did you find it imperative that you attended this event?
Okay. I think if we are preaching inclusion, participation is an essential part of inclusion.
Yes.
Because without enough participation, you cannot drive home the point. And then, without enough participation, persons with disabilities, as well as the disability community, will continuously be left behind. So that's why I see it important to be here, to contribute my culture, to actually show that the fact that we are persons with disabilities, it doesn't mean we don't have enough to contribute to the development of a nation. And when we want a nation to develop, definitely everyone's contribution is highly important, including persons with disabilities.
Now, what's your takeaway from this event?
My takeaway from today's event, it's been very, very insightful and very, very educative, because from my background, working out in the CSO community, we know that for you to implement any project, to change people's mindset, definitely you need to carry out report to get your fact right. You need accurate data, and which that's what is also emphasized here. But also I learned that there is need to actually advocate for change in behavior of people. And that's what I also find out. And we know that when it comes to sanitation, as well as good hygiene, persons with disabilities are most affected. So it is important to also learn new ways in which persons with disabilities can practice effective hygiene and behavior to change the old and the common ways of handling things at home. And then with this, we can step it down first in my organization as well to the disability communities at large that we work with frequently.
On a general note, would you say that the federal government at the center, that's the federal government, and the Lagos state government are doing enough for people living with disabilities?
Disabilities.
Shortly.
Oh, well, from most of our reports, we find out that the from the federal even to the local government level, the level of mainstreaming person with disabilities in activities and programs of the state is still very low, still very low. So that's why we keep engaging the government at various levels to keep driving home the point, because we believe that for you to change people's behavior is going to take a long time and a lot of effort. So there is need for us to keep engaging, to keep reminding, and these are the nudges that the government as well as the civil servant as well as every government officials need to start changing their mindset gradually. And we believe with more efforts, more effort, we will get to where we dreamt of getting to.
Thank you very much.
Right? It has been an engaging week, a lot of creativity. And I just hope we take this creativeness that we have done here back to our different places of work. And we want to make Nigeria open defecation free, isn't it? Let us start from the two local government areas. And let's see what we can come out from those two local government areas and see how we now cascade this to Nigeria. And by 2025, I hope we will be able to make Nigeria open defecation free. I want to thank you. You were very, very energetic. From the beginning to the end, we didn't see any tiring in you. Thank you so much. For the participants, you were very, very, I don't know what to say. I've never seen a workshop where everybody was serious from the beginning to the end. I want to thank you for your energy. Thank you very much. And for WaterAid, thank you for this opportunity. We hope we'll have more of this. And from our report, we hope we can collaborate more with Dr. Holmes and see how he can help us with the development of hygiene in this country. Thank you very much.
In Nigeria, they've been very supportive to all the activities of the ministry and even the state as a whole, because there is a very big partnership with WaterAid and Lagos State government. And to Dr. Ho, just like my madam said, yeah, the energy is just second to none. We're really very, very, very grateful for the insightful and the knowledge that you shared with us. And we are and then to the two local governments, Ikorodu North and Ojodu LCDA. At least we have seen all what we have done, we have seen the input, and we would want to see the big results at the local government level. And to the CSO partner, OMPED, at least we've been having a very good relationship. Thank you very much. And to all of us here present for the past 5 days, on behalf of my Permanent Secretary and General Ali Konshodende, I say a very big thank you to you all and safe trip back to your destination. Thank you.
And the established protocols. So, Mr. Hunt, especially I want to thank you. It's been wonderful interacting with you. And specifically, I want to mention that we are blessed to be involved in this. I must tell you, for me and the other members of participants from the local government, we are critically impacted. And we want to be sure, because capacity has been built here. And I'm sure that at the end of the day, this capacity we have gained, we have built here, we're going to put it at work at our various duty posts. Thank you.
Thank you so much. On behalf of Ojodu LCDA, on behalf of the Executive Chairman of Ojodu LCDA, of the management staff, the community, everyone in the LCDA. We want to say thank you for this enlightening workshop, seminar, training, planning, and all of that. I want to say a very special thank you to ever energetic. I don't know if you run on blood or water. Thank you so much. It shows that you've worked in over 61 countries. We are the ones that get tired, and you're the one doing all the work. You are still the one encouraging us. I want to say a very big thank you. Thank you. Thank you to WaterAid. Thank you to our partners. Thank you to everyone that came. And we hope that all this that we learned will be put to very efficient use, and you'll be proud of us. We assure you that. Thank you so much.
If you will permit me, I think I want to do something quickly. We can remove our face mask so that we want to recognize ourselves outside this place. Because for almost 1 week, we hardly recognize ourselves. So maybe we remove.
Sorry, hold on. When we were going to have another people photo, when we want to do that, we'll take two. One mask, the other without. So let's not.
Well, I want to say big thank you for everybody that's here. It has given us the opportunity to be impacted and to even go back and even do a lot of sensitization with our people. And it has been a rewarding session for us. And we appreciate you very much for picking a good notes. And for Doctor, maybe somebody will interpret what I'm saying.
There is a slogan in the disability community that says, no one should be left behind. But in my own case, I refuse to be left behind. For myself. I want to appreciate the organizer as well as WaterAid for this wonderful workshop. It is visualistic, inclusive. Thank you so much. And I will also play with us to also be intentional in carrying the disability community along. Our representation here is low. And myself alone, or my organization alone, will not reflect all the other plight in the disability community. So I urge us to increase the number so we can have a more robust and inclusive conversation. And I once again say thank you very much for the inclusiveness. It's been wonderful. Thank you so much.
On behalf of NISAN, that is the network of organizations working on water and sanitation in Nigeria, Lagos State Chapter, for which I represent, number one. And then on behalf of FirstNigeriaTV, Humanity Family Foundation for Peace and Development, who happens to be WaterAid partner on TCSO partner on this particular project, I want to say a very big thank you to WaterAid for giving us this opportunity to be here and then be part of this. I'm sure when I take it home, we will cascade it down to all the other NGOs in Nissan. And apart from that, to our staff, other staff that are not here, they will get a hint of this and they will get, to be part of all this too. And then I want to say on behalf of us, that we want to thank Water especially for making us to be part of this. Dr. You are very ritualistic. I want to say thank you very much, sir. It's been very impactful. The week has been very eventful. And we want to say thank you very much for giving us all that you have dished out. You were really down to earth in delivering this. I want to say thank you, sir. And then to our local governments, we'll be working very, very closely with one another now. You'll be with us, we will be with you. We will always we'll get engaged and entangled and do a lot of things together. I want to say thank you very much. To all the participants that are here, I want to say thank you for being there. Ministry, I want to say kudos to you, and we'll continue to be partners for life. Thank you very much. God bless.
We are the media community. We appreciate this group, and we appreciate Dr. We appreciate everybody here and that's been engaging and rewarding. So we take it back. We take all that. We generated a lot of story ideas, and we're going to take it back to our constituency, and it will get back to the society. Thank you.
Call out for our expectations for the workshop. And as I've glanced through, every single one of them has been met. And I thought it's important to let you know. Those who want to know the changing landscape as far as hygiene is concerned have seen what the trend is, what works and what doesn't work. I mean, those who want to have in-depth understanding, you now have it. Those who want to network, have partnership. We've known ourselves, we've interacted. So it's been wonderful. And I just want to say to our Nigerian team that as far as West Africa is concerned, your work in hygiene is very paramount and you are key as far as this is concerned. And so I just want to convey that to you on behalf of the Regional Director, Dr. Abdul Nashiru, and my own manager, Dr. Halidu Kwanda. You are very, very important as far as the West African WaterAid programming is concerned. And we'll be watching this project, how it proceeds and how you make the necessary impact. Because the learnings from here will be shared across the region and not just within the West African region, but it's going to go. We know how far Dr. Om has traveled and keep on sharing learnings from one place to the other. And so just be rest assured that you need to do what you have learned, put it into practice. Let's come out with a good campaign. Let's effect the change that we wanted to see. And then the learnings will go far as it can be. So thank you for your participation. It's been wonderful meeting you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It has been a real journey. 5 days. As Evelyn mentioned this morning, it was long-awaited event. Very much grateful to the WaterAid Nigeria team for inviting me and also from regional colleagues all the way to come here and also learn from you. At the same time, share some of our learnings so that we can improve collectively the situation in Lagos in 2 states. From my end, I just would like to say just one thing. Hope it works. It's just a wow. Well done, colleagues. Yeah, I just would like to really appreciate your active participation, fantastic contribution. You are really innovative. And you have generated lots of ideas that are going to be much more exciting to the people here in Lagos and also to change the behavior of the individual into the society. So I would really like to encourage you to keep on working on this collectively and collaboratively. So these 5 days wouldn't have been successful if colleagues in the room were not active, if my co-facilitating team, especially the Samsung, Wandu, Nambam, were not helping. Similarly, all the logistics that was arranged by the team and your active participation and contribution. Colleagues from government, fantastic. You guys has declared this country as an emergency for sanitation, isn't it? And now you have desire to declare this country by 2025. And I see your inspiration and leadership on this. It can be done. Yeah, collectively it can be done. But with the same pace, it will be very challenging. So therefore, let's speed up. And we are there as a partner to speed up. Yeah. Very well done, and thanks for your leadership. And seriously, colleagues, the media, the partner, and WaterAid, we are there. And thank you everyone for your active participation, listening, and contribution. And I wish you good luck for the successful completion of this package, the final development, and testing it, proving it works. And this should be implemented as model. And let's try from here to areas to Lagos State as well as at national level as a proof of concept intervention that will improve the children and the health and well-being of the citizen of Nigeria. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. There are lots of insightful insights that I'm getting. At the same time, I will take all the words and inspiration that you said, and I will also acknowledge the fact that WaterAid Nigeria leadership on this. Evelyn and you and your team, fantastically well done on this, and very much looking forward for the continued collaboration. Thank you very much.